Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I just filmed a video a few days ago on my Sephora Vib wish list, which I will link in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. I had so much fun chatting with you guys about the products that you were planning to pick up, so I wanted to film a video on my Sephora Vib recommendations. So whether or not you guys are planning on shopping during the Sephora Vib sale or not, these are products that I totally recommend checking out. I think they're absolutely worth the money. And if you guys are not familiar with the Sephora Vib sale, I will link all of the information in the description box below, including dates and codes and things like that. But basically, it's just a time for you to be able to get a discount on some of the brands that Sephora sells, which rarely happens with a lot of these high-end brands. So it's really nice to be able to take advantage of it. Make sure you let us know in the comments below which products you're planning on checking out so we can check them out if we haven't already. And let's jump into it. Okay, so the first product I want to talk about is something that I do mention a lot on my channel, but I have a reason for talking about it in this video, other than the fact that I just think it's a good product worth checking out. So it is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is my favorite face primer, and I think if you have dry skin or normal skin or combo skin, you're going to love it even more than I do, and I honestly love it so much. I have oily skin, and I think if you have oily skin, you could still benefit from it, but it's a very, very moisturizing primer, and it's such a different texture than any other primer in my collection. But I was watching Samantha March, and I was also watching Kelly Gooch here on YouTube. They are two of my favorites. I'll link their channels in the description box below, but both of them were talking about how there's actually a sample version of the Primerizer. And you guys, the crazy part is that the sample version is less expensive per ounce than the full-size version. So you can get a 1 ounce Primerizer for $42, or you can get a sample of the Primerizer that is 0.5 ounces for $15. So even if you were to buy 2 samples equaling the size of the full-size product, you're still saving $12, which is so crazy to me. I just had to throw that out there because that is so crazy to me. It is such a good primer, but I think the $42 price tag holds a lot of people back. So try it out for $15. I do not think you will be disappointed at all. So I'm personally planning on picking up the Fenty Beauty Foundation. It has been on my wish list for a very long time, and I'm just hoping that my shade is in stock because it's always sold out. But I would recommend picking up the Fenty Beauty Balm Baby Mini Face and Lip Set. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it comes with 2 different products. So if you've been wanting to try either one of these products, I think it's a great deal because for $23, you get a mini gloss bomb, and then you do get the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter in the shade Hustla Baby. So this one is a really pretty gold. It personally reminds me a lot of Champagne Pop. So if you have Champagne Pop, you might not necessarily need this highlighter. The texture is very similar and the color is very similar. Some people say it's different, but I mean, you know, for me personally, I don't need a ton of gold highlights in my collection. But if you've been wanting to try some of their highlighters, I think it is a great introduction to the brand. It's a really beautiful color, and I love the lip gloss. It has been my #1 lip gloss lately, and I would spend my money on the full size, but honestly, the mini lip gloss lasts so long. I'm kind of committed to buying like mini lip glosses at this point because I feel like they last forever, and I really rarely finish up a lip product. The #1 palette that I would recommend is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. I got this either in December or in January, and I think it is one of the most high quality palettes that Too Faced has created. For me, I don't understand why they can't replicate this metallic formula in their other palettes because it is so high quality. It honestly blows a lot of the metallic shadows that I've tried out of the water, and I recommend this one for sure. The nice part about this palette is that it does come with 4 matte neutral shadows, and that might not appeal to you if you have a lot of matte neutrals in your collection, but for me personally, it makes the whole entire palette a little bit more wearable because I can just go into this palette and create a really nice matte wearable look and then take one of the colors and place it all over the lid for a really easy, quick eye look. They're so richly pigmented. They're honestly so beautiful and so easy to use, and I love how you have some good neutrals in here, but you also get some rich, fun pops of color. So in general, I just think it's a very good palette to have in your collection if you are into metallic shadows. So I wanted to recommend this palette in this video, and it's not necessarily as high quality of a palette as the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, but it's still a palette that I think is worth giving a second look, and I would recommend getting it now while you can get a discount on it. I think maybe eventually it will go on sale because it is a limited edition product. It is worth checking out if you think you'll use it, and it is the Too Faced Life's a Festival palette. I did just review this in my video, and I mentioned how the formula is not necessarily the best quality formula, and it's definitely not, you know, the worst quality formula, or I would not recommend it. I think the formula is just not as as good as like the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. I think sometimes we judge a product by how pigmented it is, and we think it's only a good product if it's super highly pigmented, but not everybody looks for overly pigmented products when they're looking for eyeshadows or blushes or bronzers. So if you are somebody who just likes a little bit more of a lightweight formula, this might be a great option for you. The matte shadows are very nice. They're very blendable. They're a little powdery, but honestly, they're easy to work with. And the metallic shadows are definitely a different formula than the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. If metallic shadows tend to intimidate you a little bit because they're very saturated, they're very pigmented and very bold, this might be a great option for you because it is a very colorful palette, but I feel like it makes color a little bit more approachable, a little bit more wearable. It's just a really fun palette to play with. And I think with spring and summer right around the corner, a lot of people might enjoy this. It has pretty good reviews on Sephora.com. I mean, if these colors appeal to you, I would recommend checking it out. I think it is a fun palette. My favorite Drunk Elephant product by far is the C-Firma Day Serum. I have seen such amazing results with this product. I do use other skincare products in my routine, but the one product that's made the biggest difference is definitely this one. I've never really noticed such a difference in my skin until I incorporated this product into my routine, and I use it every single morning. My sun damage has faded, my skin tone looks more even, it looks brighter. This is kind of crazy, and I know not everybody is going to believe me, but my fine lines are less noticeable for sure. I was really struggling with fine lines in my forehead area especially, and kind of like right here, and they are like so much less noticeable that it's honestly crazy to me. I'm not saying that it erased my fine lines, but it really has made such a difference, you guys. And I know it has so many claims, and if you want to see my full review, I'll link it in the description box below, but I just think that this is worth the money, and it is an expensive product, and truthfully, the only time that I really see myself buying Drunk Elephant products are when the Sephora Vib sale rolls around, because I do enjoy them a lot, but they're expensive, you guys. Do not get me wrong. So there might be some affordable alternatives on the market. I'm not sure. I haven't tried any. I would love to check them out, but I don't see how anything can do what this product has done for me. It's been amazing, and I recommend checking it out. One product that I really love that's kind of a controversial product, not controversial, but okay, let me tell you what it is. This one is the Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. So this is an interesting product because something that I did not know until I tried out the Drunk Elephant C-Firma is that vitamin C needs to be in like an airtight package that's light safe for it to be the most effective, the longest amount of time possible. The problem with this product is that it does have vitamin C in it, and one of the big claims is that it brightens your under eye areas, but because it is in that jar packaging, you don't know how effective the vitamin C is. So that is definitely a con when it comes to this product. Now, while I will say that is definitely something to consider if you're looking into buying this product, I really enjoy this product for its moisturizing properties. I've been looking for the perfect eye cream for as long as I can remember. I have tried out so many, and I've talked about this on my channel extensively, especially when winter rolls around, because I feel like I struggle with dry eyes, and that's so weird because the majority of my skin is oily, but my eyelids get so insanely dry. This product is extremely hydrating. It's a little bit of a thicker moisturizer, but it sinks into the skin really well. I use it every single morning before I apply makeup, and even when I'm not wearing makeup, because it really just makes my eyes feel awake and moisturized and really comfortable. So my battery just died, and I didn't have the other one charged, so I had to sit there while it charged. I thought I would just fix my hair and touch up my makeup because I actually have to film another video after this. So anyways, I have 3 final products to share with you guys. These are things that I talk about on my channel a lot, but it's like my absolute favorite highlight, bronzer, and blush formula. So the first product that I want to talk about is from Becca. These are their Light Chaser highlighters, and you guys, I talk about these all the time on my channel. It's so crazy to me because when I bought them back in January, I thought they were being discontinued. They were originally released for $34, and then they discounted them for $17, which I thought was a great deal. So I grabbed them. I think I grabbed one because I wanted to try it out, and then I ended up buying 3 more because I loved it so much. So these are a little bit different than the original Becca Skin Perfector highlighters, like the pressed version. The formula feels a little bit different, but they go on just as nicely. They're really, really beautiful on the face because when you look at them in the pan, they look like they're one color, but they actually flash a different color. So they have this really beautiful sheen to them. My favorite is Champagne Dream Flashes Bellini because it looks like a typical gold highlighter, but when you move your face, you get a really pretty coral reflect, and it's just absolutely beautiful on the skin. I would recommend checking them out with the discount. I mean, they're They're almost like drugstore prices, more like mid-range prices, but they're worth the money. I also recommend the Becca Sunlit bronzers. I have Capri Coast, and again, I've talked about this so much on my channel, but it's a really, really beautiful bronzer formula. And you know, it didn't really surprise me because Becca products are so beautiful on the skin. I feel like their formulas are just very high quality, and I've almost used this one up. I have like maybe a month or two left, but it's really the only bronzer that I'm using right now. But for me, I just enjoy the formula. It goes on so beautifully. It's very subtle, very natural looking on the skin, and they do have a bunch of different options. I wear the shade Capri Coast. I think the formula is beautiful. You really can't go wrong with it. And the last product that I want to mention are the Hourglass blushes. These are so beautiful, and the first time that I bought these, was it during a sale? I think it might have been during the VIB sale during the fall, because I just could not justify the price of these blushes, and I still have a little bit of a hard time with it, but you guys, the formula is so good, and I like the formula so much that these are like the only blushes I plan on buying in 2018. They're just so subtly beautiful, and I realize not everybody is into subtle blushes. For me personally, like, I will pay the extra money to get a really subtly gorgeous formula that looks a little bit more natural than a super pigmented formula, which is kind of what I was talking about with eyeshadow palettes. But I've never found something that I enjoy so much until I tried these blushes. I just think they are so stunning on the cheeks. Again, they're very subtle, so I think you have to find one that will work for your skin tone, because what's subtle on me might be way too subtle on you, and what's subtle on you might be a little bit too bright for me. So they do have a lot of options on the website. Mood Exposure is one of my favorite colors. I did buy the mini blush because this one retails for $24, so it's not quite as expensive as like the $38 full-size blush. You do get significantly less product. The mini blushes retail for like, I actually wrote it down. Okay, the mini blushes retail for $18.46 a gram, and the full-size blushes are $8.94 a gram. So again, there is a significant price difference when you break it down per gram. For me personally, I don't ever finish up an entire blush. I do finish up bronzers, but highlighters and blushes, I don't finish them up. So I'd rather buy the mini size, even if it is a little bit more expensive per gram, but obviously that depends on personal preference. But that is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I was able to share some good recommendations with you guys. Of course, I want to hear from you, so make sure you let me know in the comments below what you plan on picking up, and I will film a haul video once I actually buy the products, and I'll show you guys what I ended up grabbing. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.